Good morning. Did you have a good week in the Lord? I trust you did. I know I did. Things didn't always go my way, but it's what He had for me. Trials fall across the way, don't they? Yep. Trials fall across the way. You will go to 2 Samuel chapter 18. We're going to look at verses 1 through 5 here this morning. There's a lot here in these opening verses. A lot of lessons. As y'all know where we're at here, Absalom is hot on the heels of David's family and the people that are loyal to him, if you will. Under the advice of Hushai, Absalom has decided to lead the charge himself. Remember, Ahithophel counseled him, says, "No, let me go tonight." And as we saw at the end of the last chapter, Ahithophel's counsel was good, and it was correct. Hushai played on Absalom's pride, if you will. You should lead the battle. You should gather all the men and descend on him. And he took it, because God said that He had intended to defeat the good counsel of Ahithophel, that He might bring evil upon Absalom. And so David here prepares for battle. Now you got to remember, David's men are tried and true battle. They're battle hardened, battle experienced. Look at all the years David spent running from Saul. What years have Absalom spent on the battlefield? Can you name a battle that Absalom's been in? When he murdered his brother, he had his men do it. He didn't even do it. He's all about vainglory. All about him. What he wants. Almost sounds like me. I want you to know I'm not talking down to you this morning. When we get up here, most of the time you can tell what the Lord's working on us about. The thing that hits me here is David prepares to do battle against the things that he loves. If you don't think that he loved Absalom, just wait as these verses unfold. What do we battle the most? Listen, the things I don't like or the things I hate, I can pretty much keep that in check. But the things that I love and the things that I enjoy draw me away. That's what gets between me and my Lord. The things I want to do, the things I love, the things my flesh wants. See, Absalom is what man wants. David is what God wanted. As I told y'all, God preferred David because God preferred David. And Absalom here is trying to thwart that. You can't tie God's hands. Why do the heathen rage and the wicked imagine a vain thing? You know why they rage? Because they can't win. They attack the children because they can't do nothing to the father. What did Job suffer first? What was the first thing the devil targeted? Job's family. But in all that, Job sinned not nor charged God foolishly. What do we love this morning? Let's look here in verse 1. And David numbered the people that were with him and set captains of thousands and captains of hundreds over them. And David sent forth a third part of the people under the hand of Joab, and a third part of the people under the hand of Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, Joab's brother, and a third part under the hand of Ittai the Gittite. And the king said unto the people, I will surely go forth with you myself also. But the people answered, Thou shalt not go forth, for if we flee away, and they care not for us, neither if half of us die will they care for us. But now thou art worth 10,000 of us. Therefore now it is better that thou succor us out of the city. Absalom, in his pride, wouldn't stay, would he? David, in his humility, does what? Does what? Do you see the comparisons here? If there's one overriding theme I've noticed in these past few verses, and all these verses, is pride goeth before fall. Pride goeth before fall. Listen, I can tell you most of the times in my life when I have fallen hard, there was a big mountain of pride that I ascended before I came down hard. I will arise and I will ascend to the Most High. What made the devil the devil? Pride. And we see here David in his experience does what? He divides the company into threes. One on the left, one on the right, one in the middle. In the previous chapter, Absalom, all he did was assign a man over his army. Do you see the inexperience there? Are we prepared for battle? Do we get up every morning and spend a little time in the Word? Or do we love this? Or is there something else we love that comes before that during the day? And we don't want to do battle with it. I'll share something personal with you. I told you a while back about how I don't listen to secular music anymore. Now, if you do, that's fine. But for me, it hurt me. It's all, when I go to pray, it's all I can think about. The devil will walk over there, cue old number 27 up on the jukebox there, and let's play it. Earworms, as they call it, get stuck in my head. So I decided, you know what? We're going to do battle with this. But I stayed in the city and stayed still and let the Lord fight that battle for me. But I love that stuff. And buddy, if I'm somewhere and I hear one of my old favorites, come on. I'm like Forrest, my hips begin to swing, But I've done battle. I had to do battle with that, and it hurt. It hurt. David here is going to do battle with something that he loves, and this is going to hurt him. But at some point, if we're going to be victorious in our Christian life, we're going to be faced with the things that we love, and we're going to have to do battle with it. Demons have forsaken me, having loved this present world. When we started out here in 1 Samuel, Eli would not do battle with his children. The Lord sent warnings sent a man of God by said, you will not restrain your children. So I'm going to kill you and them all in the same day. Lot would not do battle. He wound up in Sodom and Gomorrah. Abraham, on the other hand, did what? He laid Isaac on the altar. Our dear brother here brought one of the worst series of messages he could have brought for my flesh. And that's the love of the world, brother. And that painted me in one of the biggest corners it has ever painted me in, because I saw, man, he might as well just held up a mirror. Why do we want to fix Washington? Why do we want to fix the things around us that prick us so that we can love this world? We don't want to take up our cross. Are you willing to do battle with the things that you love this morning? When we truly love Him, we'll be changed. We'll be a different person. Over 30 years ago, I fell in love with that little girl sitting back on the back row, on the third of the back row. I've never been the same. That changed my life. When you love Jesus, you won't be the same. Listen, I was motivated to do things for her. I put her ahead of other things. Some of y'all remember them days. And some of you got some days ahead of you. Do we truly love Him? Do we truly have a relationship with Him? Are we willing to do battle with the things our flesh loves so that we can go back to Jerusalem? Because that's where this is going to lead. That's where this is going to lead. I want to leave you with this thought here. You know, we're in the world. And the Lord gives us things to enjoy. But we shouldn't love those things. My daddy always said, son, you can have things, but don't let those things have you. If you go fishing, you put the boat in the water, don't you? But you don't want that water in the boat, do you? Same thing here. We're going to be in this world. You're in the world, but don't let the world be in you. This week, let's start spotting the things that we love that's come between us and our Lord, and has pushed us out into the wood of Ephraim, where this battle is about to take place. Are we going to turn tail and be forced completely out of the country or defeated? Or are we going to prepare to do battle? Are we going to put on the whole armor of God? Are we going to divide our armies into threes and say, go forth and let's defeat Absalom? What do you love this morning more than? Lovest thou these more than me, Peter? Peter, do you love me? I question myself on this. How much of the world, the love of the world, do I have in me? Versus, do I savor the things of God? Listen, Jesus did battle with Peter, didn't he? And he loved Peter. But he turned to him and said, get thee behind me, Satan. Even though he loved Peter. Listen, there's times we're going to have to do battle with the things we love if we're going to grow spiritually, or we'll wind up in Sodom and Gomorrah. What a mess. Saved yet so as by fire. I love you, and I hope I've challenged you this morning. This has been a challenge to me. Preparing to do battle with the things that we love. I love y'all. May the Lord bless y'all on this Sunday morning.